listen, there's a lot going on in sports. We're really looking forward to 2021. Saturday, January 16th, we got Los Angeles at Green Bay. Shane, they're playing in Green Bay. Make your pick. We got Jared Goff coming back at quarterback. He actually took out Russell Wilson and the Seahawks last week.
Did he
Complete
play?
shocker.
Like I thought their backup played.
Their backup Wofford played. He
Yeah.
got hit by Jamal Adams in the head. Got sent to the hospital. He's fine. They actually expect him to be like suited up for this week.
Mm-hmm.
But Jared Goff played with a broken thumb, or like a healing broken thumb. Came back and threw 2 touchdowns in the second half and dismantled Seattle.
Well, Seattle's defense is always bad. Jamal Adams is their best
This year,
player on the
this year
defense,
was
and
they were bad. Yeah.
he can't really do anything but get sacked. So, but
Yeah,
that game, Packers. Yeah, it's not
we
even
got
up
the
for debate.
Packers.
Packers
If
easily.
Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers are as 1-2 punch as they have been the last like 6 games of the year, the Rams defense is
No shot.
nowhere to be found. No, they've given it all they could if they give up like 2 touchdowns.
If they give
Like
up 2 touchdowns, that's the greatest game they could possibly play.
I'm saying in like the first half.
In the
It's
first quarter.
in the first quarter because Aaron Rodgers in the first quarter has been
He's on a mission this
it's
year.
been lights out. Yeah, he's on a
He
mission.
said, "Who's Patrick Mahomes? I'm winning MVP this year."
And
He said, "Go sit
honestly,
down."
statistically, Aaron Rodgers is probably the best quarterback in the NFL right now.
Honestly, people are gonna hate me for saying this. He's the greatest to ever do it. He might not be the greatest winner. It's like the LeBron Jordan debate.
Well, yeah,
People say Jordan's the GOAT, but LeBron's a better basketball player than Jordan.
we're never gonna have this debate again because me and Shane are on the same page here. It's that LeBron is the GOAT.
LeBron is the best player to ever live, but Jordan is a better winner.
Yeah.
And if they're close enough, like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers are close enough in skill, like over their career, but
Mm-hmm.
but Tom Brady just wins more, so that's why
Yeah.
no, Aaron Rodgers is a better football player than Tom Brady. He can do more. Tom Brady is 10 yards,
I'll,
10 yards.
I'm giving it to him. I'm a Tom Brady fan. Shane, you hit the nail on the head with that. Aaron Rodgers right now, I would take him over Tom Brady to lead any team that I would root for. If you're a Packers fan right now, you're happy.
Yeah,
It was they were mad because they drafted a quarterback
it was a waste of a pick.
third round. What if he's gonna pull? What if it's the Mahomes effect? It's the you sit him 1 or 2 years, you let him learn the team, you sit him behind a great quarterback.
Brett Favre wasn't great at the time though. Like that's why it was an easy transition. If Aaron Rodgers has 5 more years, he's what 37, 36.
36.
If he has 5 more years, Tom Brady's 43. So Aaron Rodgers can play 5 more years if he keeps
There's
his
no
body.
threshold for quarterbacks when you're at that level.
And when you play it in their style, he's not
Yeah,
fast. He's literally jogging.
yeah,
You can keep that going forever.
yeah. No, he's got some years under his belt,
Yeah.
and
As long as the arm
ultimately
stays,
he's got his arm is still
he's a
intact. Not
gunslinger.
gonna fade out like Peyton was last couple of years in
Oh,
Denver.
them ducks
Tough to
going through the air
watch.
like this.
Football spinning end over
Is
end
that
like
a spiral?
the late
Uh,
game that Saturday night, you got Baltimore at Buffalo. They're expecting snow. Lamar Jackson this week was like, "Hey, I've never played in snow, but it should be fun." I'm taking Baltimore.
I'm gonna take Buffalo, but it's gonna be a close game because one thing that doesn't go away in snow is the run game, and that's what the Baltimore Ravens do. They
Yeah,
run the ball,
I
so I
think
feel like it's gonna be close. But
between
the Bills
Lamar
have played in snow.
Jackson, no, it's that's their like 12th man.
Yeah,
Snow in Buffalo.
exactly.
Between Lamar Jackson and J.K. Dobbins, who I think is leading their backfield right now, they probably lead the league in like quarterback, running back,
Mhm.
rushing yards, touchdowns, easy, easy. Like and
Maybe the Titans are close just because what's his name had 2,000 by
Tannehill broke
himself.
off some big rushing touchdowns himself
Exactly.
off of fake playoffs to Derrick Henry. The whole
Exactly.
defense swarms that way. Next thing you know, he's running a 50-yard bootleg off
Who
those
was
side.
it last week, 2 weeks ago, that had the greatest? fake handoff I've ever seen in my life. It was the Giants game, Giants Cowboys. Andy Dalton handed it off to Zeke.
Yeah.
I mean, all the whole, I mean, the stadium, the cameras, everybody was looking at Zeke. And you see Andy Dalton jogging over to the sideline with the ball in
uh,
his hand. We're like, how did he even get the ball?
was that the one where Leonard Williams stepped on his hand after he slid? Or
I
was that
think so.
another run? He
I
stepped
think
on
no,
his
I
hand.
don't know. It wasn't that run. It wasn't that time because he ran out of
Okay.
bounds.
Oh, okay, right out of bounds. Nah, listen, man, you get a good option read off as a quarterback. You don't even have
Oh
to be
man,
fast. You got a running back who's probably gunned you over for 100 yards that day. As soon as you go for that play action, that defense is like, he's not getting another yard. Meanwhile,
why do you think Eli Manning was afforded those bad years? Because them years with Brandon Jacobs and all them guys, them little play action here. Oh nope, I'm keeping it 20 yards because Brandon Jacobs was 6'7", 250 as a running back. Like, come on, bro.
that was a mountain.
You don't want that running at you. Come on,
No,
man.
no way.
All right, who's
You
your
got
MVP pick this year?
uh NFL wise,
Mm.
um, I'm probably going with the guy that we said before, Aaron Rodgers. I think he pulled it together at the end of the year. Patrick Mahomes had a great season. I can't even take that away from him. And as much as he's probably gonna win the Super Bowl this year, as my Super Bowl pick.
Aaron Rodgers might have something to do, but keep going, keep going.
My personal MVP might play him in the Super Bowl. I'll give him that.
Mhm.
But listen, the MVP is going through Aaron Rodgers. Between him and Devonte Adams, and I can't even just give it all to Devonte Adams is probably the best receiver in the NFL right now. But the rest of the Packers offense has been just like elite
Yeah,
around Aaron
elite for no
Rodgers.
reason either. Can't
It's
stand it.
it's yards after the catch, but it's also Aaron Rodgers little play action 50-yard bomb to the sideline, pinpointing it so the receiver can get both feet in bounds. Even his tight ends, like he's got like two or three tight ends that are just moving the ball around.
Ridiculous.
The guy's racking up yards, racking up touchdowns. This is his year to prove everyone wrong. I think if he takes the playoffs to the Super Bowl, at least against the Super Bowl, against Patrick Mahomes, I think he'll win the MVP. If not, maybe Mahomes.
It's a regular season award, so they already voted on it. I'm pretty sure.
Um, oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
you're right, you're right, you're right. It's a regular
pretty
season
on.
award,
Yeah.
but it's voted on the week before the Super Bowl. I think. I think
Oh,
it's kind of
that's
set in
dumb.
stone.
If that's the case, that's it. That's dumb because the playoffs are gonna
Some
sway people's
bias.
minds.
Yeah, there's some bias in there.
Yeah, yeah, no, that would be stupid. Me, I say I'm gonna go 1, 2, and 3. Aaron Rodgers is gonna win the MVP.
Mhm.
2, I want to say Patrick Mahomes,
Okay,
but
that would be my two.
I'm
I think.
I feel like number 2 they're gonna give it to Josh Allen,
Okay, I
and then
think
it's gonna be
he's in
Patrick
that
Mahomes
mix.
3 because Josh Allen came out of nowhere. Like everybody knew he was
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be good, but the season he put up was unreal. And at the end of the year, Patrick Mahomes was throwing picks left and right, and everybody was like, "What?
that's
What's
true.
going on?" So
I
if
think
it's
actually
recency bias,
it was those last games. You're absolutely right. That kind of switched me from saying maybe from Patrick Mahomes to Aaron Rodgers because that last game against Miami, they had the second game I think against the Chargers. That yeah, he was throwing some picks. He was like not making his reads. I remember like I was watching some mic'd up thing like Mahomes was getting some talk to by his OC. His OC is like, make your plays, just make your reads, and Mahomes is like, I'm trying to, this and that. Obviously, some frustration of
yeah,
whatever on the sideline in the moment. Regardless, what you see on those Sundays was him not making those passes, those three touchdowns per half that he was doing early on, and even before that, I had Russell Wilson in that combo
oh yeah, he just
after
fell
week
off.
nine. After week nine, man, it dropped.
Yeah, he
It
fell
dropped
off.
on offense. Like Chris Carson got hurt. I know that was a big factor in their running game. But to make up for it, him and DK Metcalf were on like another planet.
Yeah,
Even Tyler Lockett was getting in some big yards on like the other side of the field. Just I thought the Seahawks were going for what the Steelers were doing in the first half of the season. They started off like 5-0.
But
lost
you
the
knew
first.
their defense could never hold up. Like
They had some injuries that really took them out. Like their secondary, I think by the end of the season, their defense had given up the most passing yards in the league, like of any team.
they were winning games because of, like you said, Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf.
Yeah,
The defense, Jamal Adams was when he got back from injury, he was putting in work.
yeah, yeah.
But one person on defense is not enough. It's not like Ed Reed where
No,
like they showed a picture of Tom Brady his
yeah. His
forearm strap and
quarterback
it said
wristband.
fine 20 on every play. Like
Yeah,
no one's doing that for Jamal, but it's like
uh,
he was still trying. Like he was single-handedly for some of these games
yeah.
keeping the game close.
And like he was playing two or three positions. He was guarding
Yes,
people on slots. He was playing linebacker. He was playing safety, and literally all the positions that the Seahawks needed this year, everywhere
which is
except like the
why
front three, front four.
I think he's one of the he's gonna be. I don't think he's one of the finalists, but he's gonna be up there for defensive player of the year.
I think he's up there. NFL usually gives out DPOY before MVP,
MVP.
and it's
Who's
going to
your
be
choice?
it's between maybe Adams. I'd say Aaron Donald's still up there. He got hurt a little bit this
He's the
season.
best player in it. He's the single best player in the NFL. So
Athletically, and I think there's no one to guard him. He's
dominance, no
doubled.
one can touch him.
He's
Mm.
doubled on every down. Every down he plays, he's doubled by two linemen because you have to. There's no other way to stop him. There's no other way.
It's funny because my god brother, he went to Pitt,
Yeah,
and I think he got there the year before Aaron Donald.
yeah.
And he was a defensive lineman, and they're like, "Oh, he's gonna be the future." And then they got Aaron Donald, and they went to him and was like, "You're playing offensive line now." Like right away, they moved into offensive tackle. They're like, "Yeah, Aaron Donald is gonna play defensive end. You're gonna play offensive tackle," and it made sense because where's Aaron Donald right now? Best player in the league.
Your godbrother
Yeah,
played for the Vikings, though, right?
yeah. No, he's on. I think he's on the Redskins right now, but he's hurt. He's always hurt. So
That's
I
the
think he's.
Washington football team.
Sorry. Redacted.
Redacted. Episode one. That's it. It's over. Sorry, guys. We tried.
He's on the Washington either that or he's on the Raiders, one of the two. But I think he's hurt, so he's not really playing. He hasn't played in a couple years because he always has a foot issue, which is why he dropped from a top 10 pick to a fourth round pick like overnight. They had him going 10th overall to the Giants, and he was in heaven. He's like, I'm from Jersey, I'm going to the Giants, and then he woke up the next day like, oh, we found a stretch fracture in his foot, fourth round pick. I mean, he was upset, but he was like, all right, whatever. And he started his whole rookie year, and the Vikings. That was the year the Vikings. The kicker missed the kick to win the game
In
after
Seattle. I remember
Adrian
that.
Peterson fumbled on the one, and he
Yep.
was just like, oh man. And you could see him.
Oh.
He's like my cousin. He was like, yeah.
I remember that. I remember the game they played that at University of Minnesota. It was outdoors because they were getting a
Mm-hmm.
new stadium that
Yep.
year. It was like negative 15
Yep.
degrees. Floor was ice. Like it was incredibly bad out there. Just field position and everything. Coach of the
Offense.
year. I
Oh,
mean, you
coach
gotta
of
you
the
gotta
year.
you gotta pick for coach
Uh, I would probably say Flores
from Miami. That's a good
or
pickup considering they had the number one draft pick last year. And they
I
basically
think I think they picked fifth overall.
oh fifth
Because
overall.
remember Burrows went to the
The
Bengals.
Bengals.
They picked number one. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Brian Flores, and then dark horse, I will go Joe Judge because the Giants were playing. Everyone thought the Giants were gonna be horrible. Like he's not gonna win the award because they only went 6-10, but
Sure,
dark
dark
horse,
horse.
dark horse. Like he's like
I'll give it to you. Giants.
he'll probably get a couple votes. He's not gonna win it, but he'll get a couple votes. But Brian Flores, there's like no other choice. Who could you even go with? I guess the
Andy
coach of the
Reid.
Browns.
Andy Reid.
You can't even really go with that because they were expected to be good.
Yeah, but he took them to 14-2. They're looking to repeat as Super Bowl. There's a lot of factors that go into not just being a good team, but exceeding expectations even maybe. You know, just taking the one seed again. Last year they had the did they have the
Just
one or the two?
two because I think the Patriots
Baltimore.
had the one. No,
Baltimore.
Baltimore had the one. Yeah, they went
Yeah.
14-2.
I could see Andy Reid maybe the coach from the Browns, Stefanski. Maybe Flores. I don't think a lot of AFC teams. How about the Packers coach? It was his first year, right? Is that Lafleur?
Second year, LaFleur, second year.
Yeah, I could see him
Remember
get.
last year, the Jets were like, "Ooh, get McCarthy, he's the savior," and it's like, nah,
Wasn't the
he should have
savior.
picked him over Adam Gase because Adam Gase might as well not even been there.
Football episode. Football episode.
Yeah.
Football episode.
All right, offensive player of the year.
If I take a quarterback, I'd be biased. Uh, I'd say Derrick Henry.
They're gonna go with Derrick Henry.
They're gonna go with Derrick Henry.
They're not gonna give. It's either gonna be
2,000
Derrick
yards for the
Henry.
first time since I think
Exactly. Since eight.
'86.
No, I think Adrian Peterson went for 2000.
Oh no, that's
Like
yeah. I'm
like
thinking
yeah,
Eric Dickerson, but it's AAP. Yeah, he was in
2013 or
2012.
something like that. Something like that. And then
Yeah.
LT went before that in like '06. So
Mm.
it's happened before.
He exceeded expectations from last year, and
100%.
he's definitely going for it this year. I think. Shane, I think you agree with that, right?
Yeah, for the most part. Um,
And then
rookie of the year. We already know who the offensive rookie of the year is gonna be. Please tell me you know who it's gonna be.
who do you think it's going to be?
Herbert.
Yeah,
He threw for like 3 touchdowns a game as a rookie.
yeah, yeah.
I don't think you could even like unless there's somebody I'm forgetting about that absolutely went nuts. It's not going to be Tua. Joe
No,
Burrow played like 3 games
who played
before
that?
his leg just obliterated.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't think it'll be Burrow. I was gonna say Tua, and then like a sense of just reality hit me.
yeah, no,
It's probably gonna be Herbert.
Herbert or that's it. Like there's nobody else. There's no wide receiver that went crazy. Um, there's no
Yeah,
running back that went crazy. So
the first receiver that
it's
comes to
Uber.
mind is C.D. Lamb, and not even he.
He was great. Don't get me wrong for a rookie,
Eh,
but he wasn't out here throwing 3 touchdowns a game. Let's just say it like that. He didn't score a
C.D.
touchdown
Lamb,
for every game.
C.D. Lamb, the Cowboys receiver. The
Yeah, he was good.
no, no, I know, but he's not Herbert's. He's not putting up
He was
Herbert's
good for
numbers.
the team. Remember, Andy Dalton was the quarterback.
Right.
After Logan Ryan fell on Dak's leg and his leg just snapped, CeeDee Lamb went faded into the bushes.
Yeah.
Like he was good, he was there, but he wasn't really doing much.
Yeah. I mean, listen, the Cowboys receiving core right now is still up for competition. He'll probably be a number two slot receiver at least. Uh, other than that, yeah, look, it's going to Herbert.
Yeah.
I would say offensive rookie of the year. Defensive, any defensive standouts? I come to mind, Shane. Like,
Well, wait, sorry. Offensive rookie of the year, Andrew Thomas. They said he was the best overall rookie up until week 14. The left tackle for the Giants, they rated him number one. And they didn't say number one left tackle. No, they said he was the number one overall rookie up until like week 16. Like, I
okay,
was
I
shocked
don't know
when
how often they really take tackles for that, but I mean
exactly.
that would be a big shocker, but also good on the Giants. I know how bad they needed an offensive lineman for like years.
Daniel Jones wasn't touched. Granted, he still wasn't good, but he was okay. That's for the next one. Okay. Uh,
Defensively, Shane, it looks like Chase Young is
oh
like
yeah,
number one
yeah.
right
I
now.
don't see anybody else right now.
Other than him, there's a guy, Jeremy Chin from Carolina, picked up two
Yeah.
fumbles for a touchdown, I think, against Minnesota in a game, middle of the season, end of the season, week 13 ish. Um, yeah, other than that, I mean, listed NBC Sports says Antoine Winfield Jr., Tampa, probably not. Julian Blackman, Colts safety. Colts had a good defense, but probably not. Patrick Queen, I've heard his name a couple times in Baltimore, linebacker. Again, Chase Young was probably the most well known, well rounded player off the
Exactly.
defensive end like this year. So I'd say Young and Herbert. Oh, and defense.
All right. NBA.
We got a way too early pick here. We're only like 12 games in.
12 games into the season. Who's your MVP? You know what? Who is your? Let's go backwards. Who's your coach of the year?
Coach of the year. I'm gonna go with. Ready for this? Doc Rivers. Philly's got a team this year that is probably going to get a top seed. Considering the East is still up for grabs if you count out the Nets at 1, the 2, the 3, the 4. It's going to be Miami.
How do you know we're gonna be the 1 seed? Like, explain that to me. How do you know we're gonna be the 1 seed?
NBA episode.
Okay.
Listen, man. No. To give the quick answer for that, it's because you guys have what's essentially a super team right now. You have what the Warriors almost had, almost have what the Warriors had in
Oh,
20.
okay. I thought you said
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
better than what they were. They had a bench. We
No,
have
no,
no
no,
bench.
no. When they had KD, they did not have a bench. They had a bunch of
Iguodala,
guys.
they had.
Iguodala was starting. Iguodala was starting.
He
It was
started
him,
here
Draymond.
and there. You got to remember, it was they had
Who else was there?
JaVale. They had
JaVale.
JaVale. Granted, he wasn't like OP, but they had JaVale. Before that, they had Bogut. Before that,
No,
they
but
had Varejao.
when they got KD,
When they got KD, Draymond
Bogut
was
and
still playing the
Varejao went there.
four.
Draymond was still there. Yeah, Iguodala
JaVale,
was mixing in at 6 man. I'll give you that. Yeah, he was coming off the bench.
and if when he wasn't coming off the bench, you had JaVale McGee coming off the bench. JaVale,
To play
like no
the.
matter how stupid that guy makes himself look, JaVale McGee is nice at basketball.
He's a rebounder. That's
The
all
boy,
I gotta say
if
about it.
he
That's all I gotta say about
if
it.
he wasn't dumb, he could put up 10, 15 a game.
Well, listen, we're clearly not giving him too much to work with, but listen, I'm thinking the Nets still take that 1 seed. Shane, you guys have pure scorers on offense, and obviously, who gets the ball is still the big question in Brooklyn. Despite that, I see Philly being a real menace this year in the East. They didn't get Harden, but it looks like their team is filling out pretty well. Embiid has kind of found himself as, it's 12 games into the season, but as a player who they revolve around. You go to him in those clutch situations. He literally single-handedly brought that team back. What was that, 2 games ago against? I was going to say Charlotte, but I think I'm wrong on that. Regardless, it was an overtime game. Single-handedly brought him back. I I see Doc Rivers coming from what he was doing in LA last year, taking a team from the East and going pretty far, Shane.
Can't go. I can't do it. If it's me, you got to go with the safe picks. Budenholzer
Okay.
again. If Giannis plays like Giannis and Eric Bledsoe plays like Eric Bledsoe,
But
they're gonna get a
will
number 2 seed.
Milwaukee go far in the
It's not
East?
about going far. It's a regular season award, which is why I said Budenholzer. My number 2 pick is Spoelstra because after what he did with the Heat last year, he's on. People are watching him now
Well, yeah,
again.
yeah,
Even
yeah.
though
Yeah.
he won 2 chips already, he went to 4 straight. Like
You go back to where Miami has been post.
no, he won 3 chips. He won the first one. No, that was Pat Riley.
No,
That was Pat Riley.
no, post Heatles. You got to look at where Miami has kind of rebuilt themselves from there, and ended up where they were last year.
Yep.
Spoelstra's a good pick. I'll give you that one.
So
Doc was the first one that came to mind.
I just can't with Doc because the Sixers are supposed to be the number 1 seed. Like every year before this year, they were supposed to be the number 1 seed, and they failed every time. So
I
now
still thought it was Milwaukee.
you thought Milwaukee with Giannis by himself was better than
It was Giannis and
Embiid.
Chris Middleton,
Chris
and
Middleton is good, but is Chris Middleton Ben Simmons? No?
they have their differences, Shane. I mean, they're two very
Who are
different.
you more afraid of guarding?
Probably Simmons.
Because you give Simmons room, he's not gonna shoot. He's still gonna get bodies to the room, which makes no sense to me.
And he's 6'9". He moves like a point. Like he's getting there. If he gets a shot, that he's going to be dangerous. Obviously, that's the last piece. And when you think of a player like that,
he's LeBron now. If he gets a 3-point shot, he's LeBron.
He could be LeBron. He could be what Jason Tatum's looking like right now. Jason Tatum's playing like a point in Boston, and he's basically taking that ball for himself, shooting, creating points for himself in the paint. He's dominating right now. He's dominating in
That's
Boston.
another coach. That's another coach that has a chance. All right. What are the other awards? Most improved player.
Uh, it's 12 games in. Listen, it's the too early picks. Wow. Most improved player. Um, Shane, you make your first pick because I'm gonna need a real
Most
refresher for myself.
most improved. Well, most improved. I was thinking Karis LeVert, and now he's almost a lock because who do you know is the number one option on their team? Like he came from being the third option on the Nets to the number one option on the Pacers. I understand they have Sabonis and Miles Turner, but those guys are really there to score 20 and sit down. When they need a bucket, who are they going to?
They'll go
It's
to
gonna
Levert.
be it's gonna be Levert or Sabonis right now because Sabonis is a bucket. I don't want to hear any slander against Sabonis, but Harris LeVert is the best player in that team now. Like I'm talking about offensively. Like Sabonis is the best overall player. Like no one's touching Sabonis. Malcolm Brogdon, I get it, but Harris LeVert is going to be the starting two, and he's going to drop 25 a game.
All right, I'll give you that much. I mean, Karis LeVert, coming from the Nets, he probably would have fit in real well with them. Uh, the third option, yeah, but after what he did in the playoffs last year in the bubble, him and Dinwiddie both are, obviously, carrying whatever that team had left outside of Kyrie. Um, they won a couple games, no, at the end of the season, like in that playoff push.
Yeah.
Um, Man, I don't think I've seen enough from last year to this year change enough. I'll just go with a out of thin air pick, Kristaps Porzingis. Didn't play much last year.
He'll be
Probably the
come
number
back.
two option.
He'll probably come
I was,
back.
huh?
He'll probably come back player of the year. I wouldn't give most improved because he was already an all star. He's not gonna win most improved.
Not last year.
No, but in the past he was
Oh,
already
okay.
an all
Like
star. So
over time,
yeah,
continuing.
they're not
He'll,
gonna
he'll,
give
he'll
him
get
the award.
comeback. Yeah,
He
he'll come back.
easily comeback player of the year,
Yeah.
if not
Yeah.
for Steph Curry, because Steph Curry didn't really play.
No, it's also true.
So,
Where's Clay Thompson, bro?
oh,
He needs to come
KD
back.
is comeback player of the year. Sorry,
Oh,
it's not even up for debate.
no, no, no,
KD is
no.
comeback player of the
No,
year. He
he's
did not
got
play at
that.
all.
He's
He
got
won
that.
that award. It's over.
He's got that.
Yeah,
He's got that. No, that's a lock.
yeah, a lock. Easy. If he finishes the season, easily comeback player of the year. I don't. It's not even up for debate. Anybody who says anything else, go sit down. Maybe John Wall if he goes off because he hasn't played in like 3 years. So that's but
Could Beal win Most Improved or no?
no,
Because he's
no.
already
He's
like in that level.
solidified all star like 6 years in a row. Like
Yeah,
he's
it's also
he's
true.
good.
Yeah, I don't know,
Um
Shane. I don't think
yeah,
I've seen enough of improvement between last year and this year yet. I'd have to
from
make
who?
an air pick. Just
Oh,
I,
from anybody. Yeah, because the year
yeah,
just started. That's why it's way too early.
it's
But
still way
what
too
I've
early.
seen so
Got to
far,
give a name.
Harris LeVert is going crazy.
He was worth. He made that pick worth it, right? The trade.
No,
Made
that's
the
why I
trade
said it
worth it.
wasn't worth it because we gave up 8 picks just to replace Harris LeVert
I'm talking
for
about
us.
from a Nets trade standpoint. That's what made Harden
Yeah,
worth
yeah,
the
yeah,
trade.
100%.
Yeah,
Because they're like, we're giving up him. He was the needle mover.
yeah.
The trade would have never gone down without Karis LeVert.
Kyrie conspiracy. Think about it.
They said straight up, it has nothing to do with Kyrie. 100% lie. They got Harden
Listen,
as a contingency plan because they know Kyrie is probably going to retire. Hey,
it'll be a
another
tough
conversation for
situation.
another day.
Tough situation for the NBA episode. We got a lot
Rookie
of
of the
touch.
year. Rookie of the year. I'm gonna go Lamelo.
I'm gonna go Anthony Edwards.
That's a good pick too.
He's balling right now, but I mean I can't deny Lamelo is.
He dropped a
Lamelo,
triple double, and Jordan's giving them the ball.
yeah, yeah.
He's a
But they're two really good players. Out of the top three picks, I think Wiseman's played all right, I guess, in the Warriors.
he's been
Those
really good actually, low key.
those, but listen, between Lamelo Ball and Anthony Edwards, those two are like
Easily
looking
far
like the
ahead.
top two picks right now.
Yeah, because they're
Yeah,
guards. They get the ball.
yeah,
Wiseman's there to just block shot. He swatted a shot yesterday. Oh man, I thought the ball was gonna explode. He came against the backboard. He went all the way to the 3-point line.
It's a big man, bro.
Yeah,
Like the way he played in college and the way he's bringing us to the NBA right now, like
I
he
think
could pick up for the Warriors, bro.
How many games did he play in college? Like 2?
Well, yeah, because he sat out most of them. But I mean, a lot of those, Doug, when he played, where did he come from? He came from the West, no?
I think it was California. I think he
Yeah.
not either California or like somewhere. I don't really care. He's an
No, he
NBA.
played at a big school. He was a name. Coming into the draft, they already knew what his game was. It was
Yeah.
be big, get rebounds, score inside.
And eventually develop a shot because he can shoot mid
He could
range
shoot.
easy.
That
He
yeah,
just can't
yeah.
shoot. He can't shoot threes because
But listen, when you play on the Warriors and you're a big who's built like that, and he can move, that was the other thing is they needed a big who can move.
he ran the break the other day and it looked like good, like a good. He
Yeah.
had the and he was running the break, and I'm like, yo, this guy played like 20 seconds in college, and he looks like an NBA player. That's crazy to me. All right, let's move on. We're getting kind of long here.
Yeah. We get to the end of it though. We got the MLB too early picks.
Wait, MVP.
Uh,
We didn't go MVP. MVP. Who's your
oh
MVP?
my God, we didn't get MVP for NBA. MVP for NBA. Shane, I'm gonna say KD.
You're welcome. You're out
Huh?
of your mind. You're out of your mind. I'm
Why?
sure of it now. KD's not gonna play enough games.
Why?
He's not gonna play enough
You already
games to
said
win
Kyrie's not
MVP.
gonna play enough games. Kyrie's
No,
already not playing enough games.
Kyrie is retiring. I have no faith Kyrie sees the NBA again.
So Kevin Durant
Kevin
is
Durant is
going to
not
end up
going to
getting
play
an
enough
MVP.
games.
I got
He's
Kevin
not.
Durant as an MVP. I think in the long run, he's going to end up because Brooklyn's going to end up in the long run, but towards the end of the season, towards we get to the playoffs, they're going to be the reason why Brooklyn's at that 1 seed. Shane. KD's
I
going to.
you have a good point, but I really don't see KD winning MVP. Like I feel like if you had to choose between
Okay.
KD, the numbers he's putting up right now, or the potential numbers that Giannis is going to put up, or the potential numbers that LeBron is going to put up, who do you
LeBron
really
is
choose?
LeBron is my big like number two. LeBron's like the 1.5 because LeBron is always there, right? It's like who's going to
That's
play
why he
better.
stopped winning.
Dude, it's who's going to play better than LeBron this year. I think KD's going to show enough on the Nets because you can't go through Harden every night. He's going to want the ball. He's going to take as many shots as he wants. The moment he goes cold in the game, he's not touching the ball because it's different than when he was in Houston.
I know.
He would be cold in Houston and would still put up 40 shots a game.
Yeah,
It
and
didn't matter. He was the ball guy.
yeah,
But here he's playing with superstars. He's playing with Kyrie. He's playing with KD. And KD is the main facilitator on that team, especially if Kyrie's gone. Everything goes through KD.
even if Kyrie's there, you
He's
think Kyrie
facilitating.
passes? You think Kyrie passes? I've never seen Kyrie pass.
It's going through KD.
Behind the back.
Uh,
Away.
that video off of 2K, they said it was going to be like with KD, Kyrie, and Harden.
That video heavy.
Between legs. Yeah.
And guess who took the shot in that video? Kyrie didn't pass. No, Kyrie took the shot. He didn't pass.
Kyrie took the shot in that?
He was in the corner.
He was in the corner.
And he took the three.
He was in the corner. Yeah, I forgot it.
He's not passing. So yeah, I'm gonna go LeBron because I think he deserves it now. It's getting kind of ridiculous. He's put up the best numbers like 4 years in a row. Okay, Steph deserved those two. Last year, he should have beat Giannis.
Yeah.
The year when D Rose won, he should have beat D Rose, but
that was 2014.
2011. But the issue is that D Rose had the number 1 seed. So that's what changed people's minds because LeBron, you're so big and bad. You have a big 3, but you got the number 2 seed. It's like, but I was still better than him.
Yeah. NBA MVP is always like up for discussion. And
yeah, who can we give the award to snub LeBron? That's what the award should be called.
Yeah. Every year he hasn't won it has been that. It's like, why didn't LeBron deserve this award? And it's a long list of like 38 reasons.
Yep.
It's mostly like, fan-oriented stuff when it comes back to like Giannis won last year because who's going to guard the freak? And he got bounced by the Heat in the second round.
The Heat.
Like,
with Bam playing him. It's like you got like Bam is nice defensively, dark horse defensive player of the year, but you're telling me that he can keep up with Giannis?
No.
And then you have Jimmy Butler on him. It's like it's Jimmy Butler, 6'5", 6'7" Jimmy Butler against a 6'11" Giannis. and he was locking him up, and then he like broke his
Shocking.
ankle
Yeah,
and just
he got hurt.
disappeared.
Then he got hurt, and I mean, like you said, it's regular season award based on what they put on between, I guess, the winter and the bubble. It was already kind of decided, but
Mm-hmm.
is that NBA? Is that NBA?
Defensive Player of the Year, AD.
Yeah, I'll give it to AD. I don't see anyone else coming close to AD.
Draymond could
Defensive
could
wise.
sneak back up like he always does.
Uh,
Kawhi's not going to play enough games.
no, I don't even see. I see AD taking it. Like he's clear cut. I think I saw that in my head.
Well, Giannis won last year, right? Or
Yeah,
was
he
it
got
other years?
DPOY and MVP.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Giannis
he could have gotten
could.
DPOY last year, but not MVP. But this year I think AD's taking DPOY.
Hopefully, because I'm tired of. I don't like when people win the award constantly. Like, let's see some new people in there. Unless you like clearly deserve it. Like Giannis clearly deserved MVP. 2 years ago. Last year was LeBron, but you can't give there. Once LeBron gets close to 6 MVPs, then it's like, no one could beat Jordan. Stop. Like
He can't come close.
I hate that. Like we understand. Yes, you can argue Jordan's the best player of all time, but LeBron is the best player in the NBA right now.
Right.
By far. No one can touch him.
Right.
Kawhi came close. KD, if KD never got hurt, KD would be number one in the NBA right now. But that's for another day. MLB.
Too early. Shane,
Way too early.
Top AL and NL teams, aka like the World Series teams, going into season this year.
I'm gonna give NL first.
Yeah.
It's Dodgers, Padres, or sit down. We don't care about anybody else.
Specifically this year, we'll take the Padres.
I still wouldn't even take them because the Dodgers bullpen, they got Blake Trinan back. I think they have Lou Trevino. They got a bunch of boons in their bullpen now. So if Jansen decides, I'm going to be playoff Jansen again, what? Blake Trinan, 98-mile-an-hour sinker?
I'm taking the Padres specifically because of their bats this year. I think this is the year they go off, they start beating teams bad. Their pitching will hold up. No one's getting through that lineup. The Dodgers lineup is nasty, of course, and we saw it in the World Series last year.
Dude, that top four?
Yeah.
Betts, Bellinger, Muncy, Seager.
Serious.
We don't care. Jock is Jock a free agent or is he still? I think he has 1 year left on his deal.
1 year.
So that's my NL. Dodgers or Padres. I might be on your side, to be honest with you, just because I want to see a new face. Give me the Padres.
And I like the Padres this year.
Yeah. And then AL, Yankees, White Sox right now.
Okay.
Because the Yankees are going to the DJ is going to be Yankee. Let's not even worry about that.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of speculation on it, MLB episode, but regardless, he'll come back to the Yankees. I don't see him going anywhere else. There's no other team giving him offers. That's literally what
they are, but it's not. He means more to the Yankees than he means to them.
And because every team knows that the Yankees will outbid them.
Yeah, the Yankees literally said, "Go get your offers and bring them back to us, and we'll match or beat them."
Yeah. Regardless, he's come back to be a Yankee. Listen, the Yankees lineup this year needs to hold their own. I could see them taking the 1 seed, going to the World Series against a Dodger or a Padre, more specifically a Padre. The White Sox do have it. Do they have the pitching? That's the other question.
Yes, literally. They have arguably the best bullpen in baseball right now.
I mean, didn't Cleveland have it last year?
No, Cleveland had the best starting rotation.
They got the Cy Young winner last year.
But you understand why they had the best rotation.
Mostly because
when you go up against all of your games are against the Pirates, the Royals,
last year's MLB bubble did not feel like the MLB because of that specifically. So you had those NL Central, AL Central teams come in, get wiped in the first round because they played
the 2 Cy Young winners.
Rubs. They came from the NL Central, AL Central.
Exactly.
Easiest teams to play against.
So that's why they had the best rotation.
I think the White Sox are contenders mostly because of their lineup, their bats. They've got actually from top to bottom. They probably have the best left-right switch combos in all of baseball.
You
Just
have Grandal switch. You
you
have
can't, and a lot of baseball right now comes down to your matchups,
matchups. Yeah.
pitching wise. There's no real matchup for them. A lot, especially with that kind of lineup.
Only thing
With
though,
a team with a bullpen like the Yankees, I was gonna say the Rays, but not anymore. Maybe the Astros. Listen, the Astros are still there. Verlander won't come back this year, I don't think.
no
So
Brantley.
no Michael Brantley. So they're hitting
He's a free
out the
agent.
window.
He's a
Yeah,
free agent.
they can take him back. They won't, but they can take him back.
If anything, the Yankees need to scoop him up, but that means they're gonna have to trade Clint Frazier, and that's not gonna happen.
Nah, they won't take away Clint
No.
Frazier. Clint Frazier's coming up big now, but they could use a lefty. Shane, we've been saying it. We know it. Yankees fans know it. They need a lefty.
It's not gonna happen.
Baseball episode.
Baseball episode. All right. Rookie of the year.
Yeah, awards.
We didn't even really talk about Rookie of the Year because we don't know who's getting called up.
Yeah, no.
It
How
could be
about
Davey, I
how about a
guess.
young guy? Oh yeah, Davy Garcia.
Yeah.
I can't think of no hitters, pitchers that were getting call ups at like this early.
Andres Jimenez, because he's in the AL.
The Blue Jays guys? No, they're not rookies anymore. They have no prospects. No.
Nate Pearson, but Nate Pearson pitched like half the year, so he's not going to be,
Not picking those central teams. In the West.
I'm saying Andres Jimenez. He got called up for the Mets, but I don't think he played enough games to not be considered a rookie. And now he got traded for Lindor, so he might be a Rookie of the Year candidate because he's the real deal hitting. He's not going to put up 30 home runs, but he's going to be DJ from the left side. Like that's what people are projecting him to be. Hopefully, you can never tell, but you never know.
Yeah, no, there's a lot to that. Too early to tell. I think just overall.
Comeback.
What else we got? Comeback Player of the Year for MLB.
Mm-hmm.
We got one of those. Yeah, they do. See, I just watched your Shaniac the Helmet, the show episode. I see you got him hitting what, fourth, fifth?
I got him hitting fifth, and that was a scrub card. Trey Mancini basically was on his deathbed with cancer and said, I don't care. I can't play clearly because I'm going to die if I come out here in COVID. So I'm going to stay home. But next year I'll be back. And what is he going to do next year? He's going to come back, hit his 20 home runs, 75 RBIs because the Orioles are horrible. And he's going to win comeback player of the year.
Yeah, I'll give you that one, Shane. Honestly, I can't think of anyone else that comes to mind for that. Trey Mancini probably his story last year was terrifying to read anyway. Yeah. He's probably got it. We got a MVP.
MVP AL, I'm gonna go Judge if he can stay healthy, because no one can deny a healthy Aaron Judge is a top 3 player in baseball.
Yeah.
Mike Trout number 1, Mookie Betts number 2, and Aaron Judge number 3. I don't care what people say. Oh, what about Tatis? What about Bellick? No. A healthy Aaron Judge is a top 3 player in all of baseball. Not including the pitchers. I'm talking about just the players.
Despite his age, anyone would want him on their team right now.
Anyone
would want an Aaron Judge on their team right now. He's made for baseball.
Literally. Top 3 player in all of baseball.
I like Judge at AL.
And that's Yankee bias. 100% Yankee bias.
Listen.
But I actually do believe that, though.
There are a lot of AL teams out there. From the White Sox, from their bats, Yohan Moncada.
For MVP? That's a stretch.
That's a stretch.
That's a stretch.
I'm thinking about their bats in general.
I'm about to say he's not even the 5th best player on his own team.
Nah. Who went over there? I'm thinking Encarnacion went over there this year, I think.
Yeah, last year,
no, this would be the White Sox I would take for.
Jose Abreu won MVP this year, but once again, you play in the Central.
He won't win that. He won't win that this year.
He should have won it this year.
He should have won it this past year. DJ definitely deserved it. No, if DJ comes back, he can come back and take MVP this year. Yeah, no, I think so. He's proven himself more than enough.
He's one-dimensional. They're not going to give it to him.
In what sense? That he's the one player on the Yankees that gets hits?
He hits .330, does not steal bases, does not It's literally he's not gonna hit you 40 home runs. It's literally I'm gonna hit
But
330
he
with all
hits
singles and
and
doubles.
he scores the runs that
Oh
we
yeah,
need at the bottom of the
I
lineup.
I agree. At the
Listen,
time,
it's not denying he's one of the best players on the
oh,
Yankees.
yeah, he's one of
Listen,
the best players.
and deserving the MVP last year is enough to put him in that conversation for this year. Aside from the AL Central mess that happened,
And now,
and then of course there's always a conversation about Trout. You know,
yeah, so, I
that's
just don't like. He's another LeBron thing. Yeah, he's there
baseball
every year.
episode.
Why give it to him?
Baseball episode.
Yeah,
But
and
I've
now,
got my own versions for Trout. But
and now,
NL, I'm gonna go Mookie.
hmm, that's a good pick. I think I'm gonna go Machado.
It's a good pick too. I was thinking Padres. I was thinking Tatis, maybe Machado,
Yeah,
maybe Mookie, Mickey
Tatis
Belly.
is gonna fall off, but I feel it's gonna be one of the Dodgers or the Padres, and
Yeah.
it's probably gonna be Machado or Betts.
How are you thinking Acuna? Just doesn't have it with Atlanta, or do you think
I
Atlanta's gonna run
think he's not good enough.
to be in that conversation?
Yeah, he's elite and he will always be good, but I don't think he hits enough in terms of contact. He's gonna hit 275, 260, but he's gonna put up 30 home runs, all of them out the leadoff spot. Of course, he's gonna score you 100 runs. He's gonna do whatever. But when you have Machado, who's gonna hit 310 or 300 or 285 with 35, 40 home runs, um, Tatis, who's going to put up 35 home runs with a 290. I mean, okay, he's not going to hit 290, but 280 batting average, 35 stolen bases, um, elite shortstop defense, which is hard to come by, stuff like that. So that's my difference.
That's crazy. I actually think Machado's gonna pull off what you say Acuna is doing because I see Machado. He gets those hits, but he strikes out a lot. And he struck out a
Yeah,
lot
he
last year.
does. So does
That's
Judge.
going to hold him back. That's what Judge does. But
Yeah.
listen, I'm not going to complain about that too much. Uh, there's a lot of room for both of those players anyway. But good picks, I think, between us both. Cy Young. Uh, I'm gonna start with AL because I'm probably gonna take Cole this year, and that might be Yankee bias, but based on what happened last year, based on the fact that the Yankees pitching is just going to be oof, maybe this year, I think Cole is leading a charge for AL Cy Young. Shane's taking a long, hard think about this.
I think you have a great point, but I don't think it's going to be Cole just because he starts off every year like he's never picked up a baseball before. And then about the second month of the season, he goes on some unreal tear. And it's never unreal like Jake Arrieta 2016 unreal, where that guy, or 2015, where his second half ERA was like point 0.2. Like if Garrett Cole goes on one of those runs where he has like a point 0.2 ERA, then we can talk. But I don't know, bro. Garrett Cole is a safe pick. But I'm gonna go Garrett Cole or Shane Bieber again. Like we
I
can't
can
deny the
see it.
fact that he was
Yeah.
still elite this year.
I think there's a lot of teams that, more specifically, Cleveland is not going to be that same team. So Bieber, while he's in that conversation, great pitcher, might get traded
No, they're not gonna trade him. Not yet. He's
and end
he's like
up
in
on
his third year. He's not going anywhere. All right, and then
might end up on a decent team. Is he still under arbitration?
uh
NL?
I think he might still be under arbitration. I think he has 3 years, 2 years left.
Who?
Bieber.
Bieber. Yeah, yeah. No, he
Yeah.
is. He is. He's still
Yeah.
under
Yeah.
arbitration. Um,
NL Cy Young.
NL Cy Young.
Uh Can't vote against really Darvish right now. It depends on where Bauer signs, and it depends on how much the Dodgers rely on Walker Buehler.
Mm, all good points.
All three of
Uh,
those, if they pan out as best as they can,
yeah.
still have to go through Jacob DeGrom. So I'm still gonna put Jacob DeGrom.
Oh man, the Mets this year. I forget. You can't just throw them out there anymore because the trade they picked up for this year's, and with the new GM Cohen coming in,
Mhm.
he's making big money. He's making New York money moves
Yep.
right now. The Mets are safe to say the Mets are contenders,
Yeah.
especially in terms of the playoff format they got now. They're definitely NL East top spot contenders.
If they sign Brad Hand or one of them lefties,
Yeah,
them lights out lefties, then they
they get a
might
good
not easily
they
win the East, but they're gonna be up there.
they get a good reliever, maybe some help in the outfield, the utility guy out there, switch hit, bottom of
If
the
they get
lineup,
Springer,
plug and play. Oh hell
if they get
no!
Springer, it's over. I'm just
Oh
gonna tell you
no!
right now, they're gonna
Oh
be
no!
they're winning the East easy.
Um, Listen to Grom. I think probably has it. There's some New York bias still in that. I want to see Snell win it in San Diego, and he probably won't.
That was not that good.
He probably won't. But this is what he did with AL bats, more specifically Yankee bats, that I watched a lot of. He's going to do to the NL bats, and probably a lot better.
But he has to hit now. He's not gonna get as many opportunities because they're gonna
The
take
fact that
him
he
out
has to
double
hit is
switch.
going to kill him. But I wouldn't count out Snell. I like Snell in the NL right now.
Over
There's a
Darvish on
lot.
his own team. I don't know,
Yeah.
bro.
No, 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 no.
Bauer could be going somewhere crazy. Um, Jacob DeGrom is pitching
Until
one of
Bauer has a
the
team,
big
I
innings.
probably won't consider where that's going to lie. I'm
He will
just
be
saying.
signed by the baseball episode, so
Well, yeah.
we could talk about this again.
I'll just say for now, I really like where Blake Snell is right now, and he has the offense and just the overall like ability just to take out those NL opponents.
That's
Like
true.
when it comes up to that, he'll be there. Listen, last but not least, but managers of the year, um, or is it just manager? Do they do AL and L?
AL, I know.
AL and L. Yeah. AL. I'm not gonna say Aaron Boone. I'm not gonna
No,
give
no,
Aaron
there's
Boone.
no shot. This
I'm not
he's
giving
gonna
Aaron
win it.
Boone his
No,
flowers
no.
just yet.
He has to win a World Series for me to want him to be AL manager of the year. I don't care about him.
Yeah.
I hate to say, Tony La Russa might win manager of the
It's the White
year.
Sox. It's funny because I'm thinking like if I say the White Sox, we'd only be talking about two teams in the American League. The
Yeah,
rest of the AL might as well not play.
might as well not play. The way it's
But I
standing right
think
now,
it's
might
gonna
as
be
well.
Tony La Russa. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tony La Russa might win it, unless
He'll
the Angels
get.
get some crazy guy and Charlie and Joe Madden wins. But other than that, no.
I don't. The Angels haven't made a move since Mike Trout was brought up. Uh, Listen, it's probably Tony La Russa off the fact that he's coming up with a great team. He's a well-known
Mhm.
coach. They'll win a lot of games considering they're playing the Central. They'll probably be a top team in the AL off of that too. I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him.
I know.
NL, think yeah,
There's
you
only
know
one
what?
guy. There's only one guy that could win. No, two guys that could win that award. Three. I will go three guys that could win that award.
Do you want to say Dave Roberts with me?
No,
What were you
he
thinking?
just won the World Series. He's not going to win Manager of the Year.
Well, okay, you're coming up as a teams that completely flip it around.
Not even so much that. It's just he just won the World Series.
I know,
You're
but
expected to be the top team. You can't
it's not like
exceed
he
those
can't.
expectations. Nah, I don't think so. Unless everyone gets hurt and then he brings those backup players to the playoffs again. But it's gonna be Don Mattingly, Jace Tingler, or um who's the manager of the Mets right now? Rojas,
Yeah,
Miguel
Miguel
Rojas.
Rojas.
One of those three. Because they
Miguel
bring it
Rojas is a good contender. Um,
if the Marlins even come close to what they did this past year,
they'll
Don
probably get it.
Mattingly's winning again.
Dominant.
100%, not even close.
No, I like Roberts mostly because listen, Yes, they won the World Series last year, and obviously this resonates with my Andy Reid pick again. They meet those expectations, but if they meet them and they do exactly what they're expected to again, which is probably make the World Series, you can't not give it to them 2 times in a row.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's why Aaron Boone never
Like,
won. That's why Aaron Boone never won Manager of the Year.
he
That's why
never won
Dave
Manager of the
Roberts.
Year because they never meet their expectations.
Yeah, 103 games in the regular season is not meeting expectations.
But
100
Alex
games in
Cora
a
won
rookie.
109.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
But
They
he always
exceeded
won more.
expectations. Nobody thought that the Red Sox were going to be that good that year. They picked the Yankees to win the division. The Red Sox just went and destroyed everybody and found out they're cheating. So now it makes sense. But
Well, yeah.
that's why they did that.
All right.
Yeah.
I see it.
You know
Shane, I
what?
like your.
We can end it there.
No, I like it. That's actually where we kind of ended our.
Yeah.
Episode. But this was everything that we've covered. I think in the past couple of months, this was me and Shane's kind of like, what should we do about a sports podcast? Kind of, like.
Yeah, it's an intro
last week or
episode.
so.
Get you guys acclimated.
Well, yeah. We put this all together in about a week.
Mm-hmm.
We're expecting radio offers by next week.
By the end of today, and it's not even going to be posted today. By the end of
Awards.
today, oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, man. Listen, episode 1, Shane. Pleasure having you around here, dog. Listen, man, we got a long run coming.
Long run.
This is something we've been planning on for a while too. This is DROD and the Shaniac podcast, episode 1.
I have been your boy Shaniac, and he has been
DROD.
All right.
Even though my name is literally plastered in the Zoom call right there. They're gonna know what it means regardless. I've been using it's a real name, right? Shaniac, it's Shane. Dog, this is it. Let's do it.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. Yeah.
Tune in. Shane's got a YouTube account. Shane, you want to plug that in there?
Shaniac the Helmer.
Say it again.
Shaniac, as you can see in my name, Shaniac the Helmer, Helmer. I have 3 videos out. 2 are gameplays of MLB The Show, and 1 is a reaction to the stupid Harden trade yesterday. He's
got some good content up there. You better go check that out too.
I'm trying to thing. Come out, support, subscribe, like, whatever. Do everything. Tell your aunt, tell your uncle.
Exactly. You gotta tell them. Yo, we'll get the Twitter up and going too. We'll get the YouTube going up too. Mm-hmm. We'll plug those in. You'll probably hear them soon. We'll be shouting them out. Our own Twitter accounts. Shane, you're at that's_Shane. Right?
That's A _Shane.
There you go. I'm on
Twitter and Insta.
DannyRod75 on Twitter. I'm at Dan_Rod75 IG. And we'll be posting a joint account probably for the pod. Probably up by Monday. Usually when we get that out, we'll have new content for you guys.
Of course.
I think we got a baseball episode coming up next, right? Is that what we plan to do?
I don't know.
Top to bottom? We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it
next week. We'll get things going. You'll hear from us.
All right.
All right, Shane.
All right. Peace out, you guys.
Peace.